Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jared. I am the owner and head instructor for a company called Self Defense Grid. We are owned and operated here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We specialize in non martial arts based self defense training, active shooter training, security personnel training, as well as law enforcement and military training. So for you guys that have been subscribed to the Self Defense Grid channel. I know that you've been waiting on additional self defense videos. Lately, they've been a little bit of a challenge because most of my clients have been primarily businesses, and without a certain level of written authorization from them, I can't publish or upload videos of training sessions. But I do have additional classes coming up, so I wanted to make everyone aware of the fact that there will be videos posted by September. I want to say September of 2023. Anyway, today what I wanted to discuss is something that I recently written an article about on our blog, which is on our website. And if you want to skip straight to the article and not watch the video, you can go to www.selfdefensegrid.com, and up at the top right hand there will be a link, page link that says blog right on it, and you'll find about a dozen other articles that I've written. Anyway, today I've gotten quite a few questions regarding a specific potential situation. A lot of people were asking me about in my recent classes, and that is what to do if you're caught in a stare down or potential stare down incident. And it all starts with understanding the reason why a group of individuals or even one person within that group of individuals might be looking to stare someone down. A lot of times, it has to do with, if it's one specific person, they're trying to reinsure themselves and their group of their somewhat dominant position in that particular group. That's there's like half a dozen other reasons why. It could be that they want to start a fight or they want to start something, but want you to give them a reason, and it's more like they want to escalate a potential confrontation, which can lead to a physical confrontation. So anyway, when it comes to potential stare down, let's throw out a scenario where, let's say you're walking down the street. Maybe that particular street is maybe not the friendliest, maybe just doesn't have the friendliest people, but you have to walk down that particular street to go to work, or maybe you got to go to the store, or whatever the case might be. And a lot of times is, you could walk by someone, and let's say for example purposes, let's say it's one person. Let's say it's one individual within a group turns around as you start to walk by them, and they just give you this stare, right? Like, yeah. All right. So let's assume for the moment that's happened to you. All right. Let's say it's going to happen, or did happen, or whatever the case might be. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't turn into a threatening situation unless you have two people that are high strung and just ego heavy all the time. That's really when it almost 100% of the time will exaggerate into a physical confrontation. But for us normal people that are, we're not hostile 95% of the time, 99% of the time. Let's say you're walking down the street, you have that person from the side of you, as you're getting ready to pretty much pass them, and they're giving you a stare, a possibly hostile stare, no doubt making you feel a little uncomfortable. There's 3 different responses that you can have towards something like that. And a good example would be, let's say you're walking by, maybe they stare at you, and you look at them, and then you immediately look down and continue walking by. All right, so that's first option. Why is that a bad option? Uh, Simply put, it displays overall weakness, and it almost gives the persona to the people that are trying to stare you down, that almost like you're expecting them to confront you in one way or another, whether it's verbally or physically or verbal, that could lead to physical violence. Um, so that is one of the worst ways to handle that. You have option number two is when they stare you, as you see that they're staring at you, you just stare at them back as you walk by. Well, that's also not a good idea, because you're at the point where you're indirectly challenging them, and not only them and themselves, but you're indirectly challenging the way that they're looking at you. So the next the next reaction of that from this person is going to be, what are you looking at? You got something to say? What's your problem? Something along those lines. And obviously that's going to lead to more problems potentially, especially if you don't know how to verbalize your de-escalation in a situation like that. All right, so your third option is your third option would be, let's say you're really uncomfortable when you're walking by these people, they're staring at you, or this one person is staring at you, giving that mean mugging look. The other option, you see that, you stop, you turn around and walk away, or you turn across the street. This is almost, I would say this is very similar to as if you looked at them real quick and then put your head down. It still kind of gives off the persona. I'll keep using that word again. It still gives off that persona of, well, I'm afraid of these guys, and they're going to remember that next time they see you, or the next time you see them, when it's close by. Last option is the option that I highly recommend, and there's a couple different ways to go about it. But let's say right here is that person where you're watching from. Let's say that's that person that has kind of a hostile stare as I walk by. And you got two different options. Let's say I'm walking by, I see that they're staring at me, I give them a quick look, I keep walking. Or also I can keep walking, give them a quick look, quick overview, like, okay, hey, I see you guys, I see your boys, your friends, right? I walk by, I keep walking. And you could technically also do that, quick head nod, keep walking. But don't be in a hurry to walk by them too fast. All right, because you walk by too fast, you kind of give that same aura of, hey, I might be a little afraid of you, or so it just comes down to sometimes how you look at them, how quick you look at them, length of that look, and how you walk by. Because body language is a huge determining factor when it comes to avoiding a stare down, or avoiding a stare down that could lead to potential violence. Let's see. So, I mean, that's basically the bulk of it. Again, I throw out a few more examples and a little more information on our articles, blogs. That's on our website. So check it out, www.selfdefensegrid.com. And if you do have any questions, comments, you can actually leave questions or comments on the article page, or you can comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Maybe what's another option that maybe you faced that worked successfully in your favor in a situation like that? Let me know. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.